Hello children. Now today we are starting our first chapter of history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. So in this chapter we will discuss about the French Revolution, European Revolution. This chapter will deal with many of the issues visualized by Soriot. So who is Soriot? He was a French artist. He developed an idea of nationalism. During the 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which brought about sweeping changes in the political and mental world of Europe. It takes the right from the monarchy, from the hands of the monarchy to the citizens, and set up the new administrative setup system for the citizens of France. The end result of these changes was the emergence of the nation state in place of the multinational dynastic empires of Europe. Europe में in older times, Europe have many monarchies, means kings, rule of kings and queens. The concept and practices of a modern state in which a centralized power exercised sovereign control over a clearly defined territory had been developing over a long period of time in Europe. But a nation state was one in which the majority of its citizens, not only its rulers, came to develop a sense of common identity and shared history. The commonness was forged through struggles, through the actions of leaders and the common people. So in this chapter, we'll look at the diverse processes through which nation states and nationalism came into being in 19th century Europe. So is the first topic, the French Revolution and the idea of nation. Ernest Renan, a French philosopher, gave the new definition of a nation. The first clear expression of nationalism came with the French Revolution in 1789 in France. The political and constitutional changes that came about led to the transfer of sovereignty from monarchy to a body of French citizens and a sense of collective identity like that of a la patrie, which means the fatherland, or les citoyens, which means the citizens, was created amongst the citizens of France. From France Revolution से स्टार्ट हुआ कि मोनार्की मीन्स किंग्स रूल को अबॉलिश करके, ख़त्म करके सिटीजन्स रूल को फॉलो करना. उसके लिए उन्होंने जो आइडिया दिया, दैट वाज द आइडिया ऑफ ला पैट्री. इसका मतलब था द फादरलैंड, उनका कंट्री, एंड ली सिटीजन मीन्स द सिटीजन्स. और ये क्या कर रहा, क्या नोशन था, मीन्स ये आइडिया क्या बोल रहा था, यूनाइटेड कम्युनिटी एंजॉइंग इक्वल राइट्स अंडर अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन का कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या हुआ, रिजल्ट, अ न्यू फ्रेंच फ्लैग द ट्राई कलर वॉज चूजन टू रिप्लेस द फॉर्मल रॉयल स्टैंडर्ड. Okay. A centralized administrative system was put in place and it formulated uniform laws for all the citizens within its territory. Internal custom duties and dues were abolished. जो custom duties और other taxes लगते थे वो abolished means खत्म कर दिए गए, and a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. और regional language were discouraged and French, कि French spoken people थे फ्रांस में, it became the कॉमन लैंग्वेज ऑफ द नेशन. ये था फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन का, कि मोनार्कीज को, किंग रूल को हटा के और अपने सिटीजन्स रूल को फॉलो करना. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट इज सिविल कोड ऑफ 1804? सो इट इज नोन एज द नेपोलियनिक कोड बिकॉज नेपोलियन इनकॉर्पोरेटेड revolutionary principles in order to make the state and governance more rational and efficient. And the Napoleonic Code, which is also known as Civil Code of 1804, did away with all privileges based on birth, established equality, and secured the right to property, and simplification of administrative divisions, improvement in transport and communication system, removal of restrictions, standardization of weights and measures, and introduction of a common currency were major changes in the system set by Napoleon. A centralized administrative system was established that formulated uniform laws for all citizens in France. Then come to the next topic, that is making of nationalism in Europe. Eastern and Central Europe were under autocratic monarchies, means very powerful kings and queens with diverse people in their territories. Political unity was not easy due to various differences prevailed during that time. Socially and politically, the landed aristocracy was the dominant class in the continent. Ideas of national unity were closely linked to idea of liberalism, means freedom, during the 19th century. For the new middle class, liberalism stood for freedom to the individual and equality before law, while politically it emphasized government by consent. Now, economically, it stood for abolition of state-imposed restrictions on trade and freedom of markets. Then slowly but steadily, ideas of national unity among the educated liberal middle classes gained popularity, which led to the abolition of aristocratic privileges. Freedom of markets was achieved during that period, and state-imposed restrictions on the movement of goods and capital were abolished. All these ill practices was abolished during that period. Napoleon's administrative measures were altered. They make some changes in Napoleonic Code. Britain, Russia, Persia and Austria had collectively defeated Napoleon. The Vienna settlement restored the Bourbon dynasty to power, and France lost all the territories it had annexed under Napoleon. Then a series of states were set up on the boundaries of France to prevent any expansions in future. They set their boundaries so that they cannot expand their boundaries in future. Belgium was set up in the north, and Genoa was added to Piedmont in the south. Persia was given important territories on its western frontier, while Austria was given control of northern Italy. Russia was also given part of Poland, while Persia was given part of Saxony. The fear of repression drove many revolutionaries and liberal nationalists underground. Secret societies came up in many European states. The Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini became a member of the secret society of the Carbonari. He subsequently founded two more secret societies, namely Young Italy in Marseilles and Young Europe in Berne. Then comes the age of revolutions, 1830 to 1848.